Hi everyone, how you doing today? Today I thought I'd do a video in the office here on a bit of a computer build. We've got a Vostro 260 small form factor we're going to put together for you guys. Just a small video, something to show you how to put a computer together, how to plug in the boards, some other drives, the peripherals, so you might be able to do it yourself if you need to at home. Okay. Right folks, let's have a look at this. As I said, we're doing this today because we've had a few computers sold recently, and before we sold them, or actually a couple of them just after we sold them, the buyers have got in touch saying, can you actually upgrade this, can you do this, can you put this in it, does it come with this, I don't know how to do it myself. So this one's actually sold, so I've taken it apart. It's already got the operating system installed. We installed Windows 7 Pro and upgraded it to Windows 10 Pro. So that's all installed and activated. All I'm going to do is show you how we're going to put it together. That way, anybody who watches this video will have a good idea of how it works and how it all goes together. Also, every computer is different, every build's different, but for today's purposes, this will be nice and easy, hopefully. So, it's already got the card reader installed, and it's already still got a fan installed at the front. I'm just going to take the front cover off. You can see, unclip. Usually just 3 clips, and the front cover comes nice and easy off, and that just leaves you an open cage to start putting stuff in. So with this one, I'll start with the power pack, because trying to get the board in after the power pack's installed is a lot easier than doing it the other way around. So see the bit in the bottom there, little clip. If you look inside the case, little clips there to hold it in place, just push it down to get it out. So put it in, slide it in place, and it should lock if the cables come out with it. That locks in place, and as you can see, it's not quite in place yet, it just needs to be screwed in. 3 screws. 3 Phillips head screws. There you go, 1 power supply in, nice and simple. Keep those cables to the side just now until you get the board put back in. Okay, so on this board we've already got the CPU installed, it's underneath the heatsink. This is the heatsink, CPU sits in there in the chipset. Fan bolts on there, that's just a cover for the fan. Obviously that helps all the heat rise and it dispels the heat, and it plugs into the board here. You'll see this in all your computers. Tiny little writing here, it'll say fan, CPU fan. Don't know if it'll say it in there. CPU fan. Only clips in one way. Bang it in like that, you're good to go. So we've already installed that. I don't want to take it off just now to show you because it's covered in heatsink paste and it'll make a right mess. So I fit that in here. Like so. Match the screw holes up. Push it forward a little bit just to make sure all these bits are in the right place. Always check the back. So if you look at the back plate, you'll see if everything's matching up or lined up properly. Just wiggle it until it is. Okay? So that's what you do there. Board in. And then again, just Phillips head screws, little ones for this board anyway. And then they just go in nice and easy. Screw them in place. Every board's different. Some boards got more slots than others and more features than other boards. This one, it is mainly built for office work and stuff like that, so we've upgraded it. When we got it in, we got this computer from company in Aberdeen. They were getting rid of a lot of their old IT kit. So we obviously stripped it, cleaned it all down, checked it was all working. I had an i3 processor in it, dual core, so we upgraded it to a quad core i5 2400. So it's now got a 4-core processor in there. It's got these slots here, so we thought we'd make use of those as well. We made sure it's got a wireless card. We made sure it's got a graphics card. Wireless card obviously makes sure it's Wi-Fi enabled so you can get on the internet. Graphics card makes sure it just helps you with the graphics basically. So these cables, when it comes to installing these cables guys, if I have a look at some of these, camera down so you can see it, some of them little bits are blanked off. It makes it easier to find where they go because on the board bits are blanked off as well. Okay, so that will fit right in there. It's almost like putting a jigsaw together. It can be quite easy sometimes. 24 pin power, bracket there, always goes on the nipple there. Okay, these bits are for the hard drives. This cable here is for the system fan. So again, it's got one of those slots in it. It matches up with this bit here, and it's written on the board, system fan. Now before we go any further, I'll take this up here. But these 3 cables need to be fitted back onto the board. Black, yellow and green. Okay, I'll turn this around so you can see it. Yellow, again, as you can see, it's got bits blanked off on it. It just goes to the yellow socket. Okay. Green again, to green socket, it's got bits blanked off in it. Makes it easy so you know how to fit it and which way it goes round. Again, some boards are not as colour coded as this. This black one here, okay, it does actually go to this blue one and it goes to the reverse. It's got a blank socket there, and the back one, it's a double socket, but it goes into the back. And that leaves these cables here to go into the hard drives. Okay, everything else is now connected cable wise. So I'll feed these in here, tidy up the cables a little bit, do a bit of cable management. Okay, that's them nice and tidy. Now we'll trace these round. You've got this cable here, brown and black, it's 4 pin. This goes into this 4 pin socket here. Okay, so again, just tidy up these cables. I'll get them fitted in here first before we get them fitted onto the board. And get that plugged in there. So that is it. All the cables correctly fitted. Okay, you've got system fan installed there. Got all these ones installed. You've got power installed. You've got that ready for your CD drive. You've got those ready for your hard drives. Okay, CD drive here, as you can see, it's got SATA ports there, power and data. That just slides in, clips into place. To get it out, some computers are different, and this one you just lift it up and slide it in. So that, it's got a little L shape to it, easy to find out which way it goes. It just goes in there. And take our long red SATA cable, and again we'll put that in. Feed that under there. Tidy it up. Got another SATA cable here. I'm going to keep that just now, so that's going to connect to one of the drives we put in. Computers also need memory, RAM modules. Here they go. So as you can see, these ones 4 gig each. So we've got the computer upgraded to 8 gig. DDR3, you get DDR2, 3, 4, and you get some of the older ones as well. Only goes in one way. Don't force it if it doesn't go in. You'll end up breaking everything. Clip it in place, nice and simple. To get them out, you just push them simply to the sides and they pop out. So that's the RAM installed. Do the cards now. As I said, wireless card. Okay, so it's got the aerials on it. It's got this little small form factor bracket. It's got the aerial cables. It's all tested and working. You can do it like I'm doing it, or you can do it differently. It's up to yourself as long as it goes in. So we're going to put this on this third one down. Okay, so I'm going to feed it through there. line it all up, line the bottom slots in, line this bit up here, and it should go in without any hassle. I say should, there's always something that goes wrong. These bits all want to come out now. Okay, let's sort this a second. Because I've pulled everything apart, nothing wants to go back the way it should. There's one. Two. Never need to force any of these bits in, they will go in if you do it properly and take your time. So again, line up the wireless card into the PCI slot and then just gently push it down and it'll fit in. Okay, as I said, we've got a graphics card. Okay, we've got a 1 gig graphics card as well. Okay, all reconditioned HDMI and DVI. That goes in here. Plug it in, push it down, job done. All you got to do then is flip that over, lock it down into place. That's your cards installed. Drives. Now, drive caddy. We've got a 1TB drive caddy there, and underneath you can actually fit a smaller one in. So we've got a 500 SSD. It speeds up. We've got the operating system installed in this. It speeds things up tremendously. So that just goes on there. Screw it in place, there, and then I'll do that in a second. So I will screw that in place in a minute. I'm going to try and do this quickly because the battery in the phone's about to die. Once it's in place, we'll connect the cables together. These cables, one connects to SSD, one connects to the hard drive, and this will just sit in there, lock into place. Okay. Right guys, that is the SSD bolted in, so it's good to go. There's no bolt on that one because it's just the way it sits in the caddy. It's actually got a blue bit on the case that stops it pushing down. So this will go in there, but first we need to get these attached. So that'll go in that way. Hopefully. This one goes in there. And then we should have SATA cable for the SSD, which will go in that way. These can be a little bit fiddly to get in once it's all starting to get put in. SATA cable just goes straight into the SATA port. And then slips in. I need one more SATA cable for the hard drive. Try and find a short one. Don't have a short one. So this one goes into the hard drive like that. Hard drive goes in there, and then I'll just feed that cable back that way. You can pretty much bend and twist these SATA cables quite a few ways, so it's quite good. And then I'll fit it into that SATA port there. There you have it. One computer rebuilt. What's left to do now is put the fascia on. So again, a couple of clips underneath, and you just fit it back in place like that, and it clips in. Okay, that'll be the drives there, all good to go. So that's it. All we've got to do now is make sure it's working. So take the VGA, plug that in. Actually the VGA won't work because it's got a graphics card. We've got a HDMI adapter. Yeah, that'll do it. I'll just have to plug it into the TV. So if you've got a graphics card on your board, guys, the chances are your onboard graphics might not pick up a signal once you start putting graphics cards in. So what I'll do is I'll just put the DVI into this TV here. On the other side of this, because the graphics card's got an HDMI, I've got an HDMI adapter. And it should, if I'm lucky, just fit in there, a little push. Yep, that's it. Right, power it up. So far so good. If there's any issues with the RAM, you'll hear beeping noises. If it powers up and cuts out, it could be a CPU issue or power issue. There's several different things. If you ever have a problem with computers, feel free to get in touch. We're more than happy to discuss it with you guys. If you've got any comments to put up on a video, please leave them. We're happy to have comments. We love comments. If you've noticed anything on the computer, but it needs, I don't think it needs much. There's an option to put a heatsink on the GPU there. But apart from that, it's got the highest grade CPU the board can take. Of course, you can still upgrade the graphics card. We can definitely upgrade that. We've still got slots to put more stuff in here. There is other bits here we can add to it, but it's a small form. This board can also get used in a few things. So there you go. As you can see on the screen, everything working great. So this is a way to go and get the cover on it, if I can find where to put it. There it goes. Cover goes on. I'll bolt that in place again. Sometimes it's a tiny one bolt. This one, it's 2 bolts. We're going to get this all wrapped up and we're going to get it delivered to the buyer. So Heather, if you're watching this, congratulations, that's your computer ready to go. Hope you have fun with it, or Val has fun with it. So I believe you're buying it for her birthday present. And next time you're looking for a computer, feel free to get in touch. And same as you guys, if you guys watching this video looking for a new computer and you don't want to buy new, you want to buy refurbished or recycled, check out our eBay page. It's enter /61668. We'll have videos up soon about our eBay sales, so it'll be easy enough for you to find the details. But we have got the computers listed on there, and Jamie is currently listing them all on the business page for our Facebook as well at Destiny P01. We've got Instagram, Destiny P01, I believe that is as well for the handle for Instagram. Twitter, I think it's the same, Destiny Partnership, although I don't use it, so I don't know. LinkedIn, well, that's a story for another time. But we will get there with our social media feeds, guys. But this is going to sell for a bundle. So we've got this, we've got another 21-inch flat screen there, keyboard, mouse, cables, and she's getting a great computer out of it once we give it a wee polish up. Thanks for watching the videos, guys. Feel free to comment. Make sure you hit that like, thumbs up, and make sure you subscribe, okay? And keep an eye out for other videos. Thanks very much.